Hey guys, God bless. This is Minister Hagar, Prophetess Hagar. I actually came across something extremely interesting that I just wanted to throw out there. So it's about, hold on, I don't think my mouse is on. Okay, there we go. So, look at this article here. Somebody shared in the group, and it's just saying that Ethereum whales pouncing on Dogecoin competitor Shiba amid crypto downturn, according to chain data or whatever. So if we scroll a little bit further down, it's saying the world's largest Ethereum whales are gobbling up Shiba Inu, even while data suggests that most SHIB investors remain deep underwater. So what they're basically saying is, like, according to the data, according to the numbers, according to where SHIB is as far as the price, according to like all of the, physical and earthly information on paper, it's an underwater investment, It's not really profiting anyone anything. But what they're saying is, even with all that information and data showing that it's, so deep underwater, yet we have all of these Ethereum whales, the largest Ethereum whales, they're pouncing on Shiba and loading up on Shiba in, record-setting amounts. And I actually even remember, now that I'm looking back on it, this has been popping up everywhere here and there, and I kind of been posting it. Oh, that's good news. Yeah, they're buying Shiba, but I wasn't really connecting the dots or realizing what was happening, because I remember also seeing this. This was another huge whale that acquired like 223 billion Shiba, worth several $1,000,000, and they're saying this person literally is one of the top holding ETH wallets in the whole world. And so I'm like, okay. And then I remember this article recently where they was saying Ethereum whales are, loading up on millions and billions of SHIB, and they kept asking the question, do they know something that we don't? Like, why are they doing this? They're starting to ask the question. They obviously must know something that we don't know if they're running out and buying up all this SHIB. And let's go over here just to kind of show you, if you look over actually, this is not just a whale here and a whale there. Actually, over the past month, we got going back all the way from a month, Ethereum whales, they were asking the question a month ago, do they know something that we don't? Gobbling up SHIB. Then 3 weeks ago, more whales hopping on SHIB. 2 weeks ago, another huge whale. 6 days ago, Ethereum whales continue Shiba Inu buying spree. Then a day ago, 4 weeks ago, etc. You get the idea. Like, over the past month, the big Ethereum whales specifically, not just whales in general, but Ethereum whales, have really been on Shiba and trying to get as much as they can. So when I put that all together, I'm like, hey, this is a bigger movement and bigger picture than just a encouraging little, oh, a whale got it here and a whale got it there. That's good news. Now, when I put it all together, it's actually forming a bigger picture. And it's so interesting because last night I just happened to be, this article randomly popped up in my news feed. And the thing that stuck out to me was, guys, if you see down here in this little box right here where my cursor is bouncing around, where it says key points, if you notice, for all their bullet points over to the left, they have these golden little keys. Okay, so that's ding, 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 what initially drew me into this article. And this is what made me look back and put the whole situation together, all the pieces together. Because prophetically speaking, I'm sure many of you are aware, I want to say going back to February, since February, this golden key theme had been circling, around the prophetic circles, and a lot of messages have came out regarding the golden keys, right? And so And when you guys watch my next video, it'll go deeper into the golden keys, and you'll see why this really, really stuck out to me, because it's a lot more to it. But just for the sake of this topic in this video, I'm just saying this is what stood out to me as, hey, maybe this is something I should pay attention to and look at. And I'm just up here just casually noticing the time that the person posted this article was at 5:55 a.m. And I know 5 is the number of grace. So this is like sealed with triple grace. So what they're saying is, could Shiba Inu skyrocket after the upcoming Ethereum merge? So maybe it's just me, I can't say, I'm into this stuff a little bit, and enough to where I need to be, but I'm not like knee deep in all this stuff. So it could just be me under a rock. Don't laugh at me, but I actually did not know there was some huge Ethereum merger coming up. I had not heard of it. Other people may have covered it. Maybe I just haven't come across it yet. But from my point of view, I had no idea this was actually in the works and about to happen. And so just to be clear, especially from the title of my video, it's not saying that Shiba and Ethereum are going to merge together. What they're saying is that there's an upcoming Ethereum merger with like another entity or company or whatever, and that they believe that it could have an impact on affecting Shiba is what they're saying. So let's kind of like dig a little deeper into the article. So what they're saying is that Ethereum is going to merge with the Beacon chain. I have no idea what that is. Obviously, this must be a big deal, even though I don't know what that is. But they're just saying this is the most important milestone for ETH since 2015's launch. Okay, so they're saying this is pretty huge for Ethereum. And the merging with Beacon Chain with Ethereum mainnet was expected to take place in June of this year. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, so they're saying the merger was originally planned for June. However, the timeline probably will be pushed back by a month or two. So they're saying, let's see, June, July, August. Okay, so what they're saying is it's possible through whatever delays or whatever's happening behind the scene that it could be pushed back as late as August. So we're looking at between June and August. So this is like late summer, early fall window time frame, what they're talking about. And that's very interesting because we have several different confirmations that that's a window we really can be expecting and looking out for, that whole summer to going into early fall time frame window. And it's interesting that this ETH merger is going to take place in that general time frame as well. Now, let's continue. Even with this latest delay, the merger is a big deal for Ethereum. But other popular digital tokens could be impacted as well, including Shiba. Could Shiba Inu skyrocket after the upcoming Ethereum merger? So now they're just explaining for people who don't know, why would Ethereum's merger impact Shiba Inu? And what they're saying is that Shiba is a ERC20 compatible token, and actually SHIB is built on the Ethereum blockchain. It was created as an Ethereum-based alternative to Dogecoin. So just how tightly intertwined are ETH and Shiba? Consider that purchases of virtual land in the Shiba Inu metaverse can only be made with ETH tokens and not with SHIB tokens. So essentially what they're saying is that SHIB and Ether are actually very intricately connected. And I believe in one place in the article it even says they're connected at the hip, simply because SHIB by default was built on the Ethereum's blockchain. And that also, even in SHIB's own space in the metaverse, that you can't even purchase land with SHIB, even though it's SHIB's land and SHIB's metaverse. You have to use ETH tokens to get it. So I said all that to say that they do have a relationship, even though it may not seem like it. And so what they're saying is that when this ETH gets this huge merger and it sends Ethereum up skyrocketing, that it's very possible that it could have a domino effect on Shiba Inu, as far as running up the price for SHIB as well. And they're just really saying all the popular altcoins, or I guess meme coins, could, ride the coattails of this, situation as well. So that was very, very interesting with those golden keys catching my attention. And like I said, guys, when you see my next video on Sheeb and the Bible and the golden keys, you're going to understand exactly more of what I'm saying, of why that's a really big deal, and I think it's a really big sign. So this was just really cool to learn. I didn't know that this was going on. The timelines are coinciding. It kind of gives a backdrop to, we know prophetically what is coming and what's going to happen, but this kind of gives like a possible, guys. I'm not saying this is guaranteed to happen or play out. I'm just saying it caught my attention. It came across my radar, and I find all of the correlations and connections to be very interesting. And this could be one of the, as far as data or informational reasons behind why what happens between this, late spring to late summer to early fall, why we're going to have that uptick in sheep that we've been waiting for. This could be one of the reasons why. And so I also do want to point out something else. When it comes to things like investments and stocks and stuff like that, a lot of the times it doesn't always have to matter if the data or on paper everything pans out, right? Because people are the ones that make the investments and ultimately drive prices up or drive prices down. So it's really all about what people think, how people behave, and what they do, more than it is about, whether it actually turns out to do what you think it's going to do. For instance, let's just use Zion Oil finding actual oil as an example. Last year, they obviously had no oil, but for some reason, based off of whatever happened or however people were motivated or whatever people thought was going to happen, they had that huge price increase. You remember last summer? And I'm not going to give an exact dollar amount, but let's just say I made some pretty huge gains off of just people getting excited and, off the momentum and all jumping in at the same time. It drove it up to, I believe it was like 170 or 180. And guys, I saw massive, let's put it that way, massive gains from that situation. So I say all that to say, it doesn't even necessarily have to matter whether this merger is profitable, whether it even happens or not, whether it even makes a bunch of money. If people begin to learn about it and hear about it, and people believe or think, what it's going to lead to, or believe or assume that it's going to become profitable, people will jump in and start investing and getting in because they'll say, this is a good reason. They will become motivated by it, is what I'm saying. So it's really about people's behaviors and calculations of where they think things are going, right? So even if this situation on paper doesn't pan out, the fact is that during that time frame leading up to, between June and August, this could get people excited and they could all jump in, that whole FOMO thing of wanting to make sure that if they think that this merger is going to be very profitable, they're going to want to get in on a piece of the pie. And so if everyone rushes sheep waiting on this Ethereum merger, that could be a catalyst on driving the price up really high during that time frame, regardless of how the merger turns out or anything like that. And so one last thing, and obviously that takes us back to how the whales, this takes us back to when it's saying, do they know something that we don't? And so, like I said, this is not just random whales who have a bunch of money and have a bunch of stocks or investments. This is specifically Ethereum whales that are all jumping on Shiba. So if we circle that back around to it's going to be an Ethereum merger, this could explain why, if this merger is coming up with Ethereum, obviously Ethereum whales would know that, and they have a lot of inside information, and this could explain why they are really gobbling up Shiba right now, because they're in preparation for that upcoming merger, and they want to make sure that they're going to be in on that, spike, on that catalyst or whatever's coming. So before I let you guys go, there was one really cool last thing while we're on the subject of whales. Guys, I just noticed something really interesting. Remember, we've been having all these Holy Spirit dialogues about the waves, right? The sea, the ocean, whatever you want to call it, the body of water, right? The seas. And it's been used as a symbolism for, the systems of the world, the material world, and stuff like that, right? And we've been talking about all of this sea talk and sailors and navigating the seas and the waters and the waves. Well, hello. It's very, very interesting because whales are a sea animal and a sea creature. And so I find that extremely interesting, that when I told you guys that the seas represented, the world and the systems of the world, so it would make sense, because not only are whales a sea creature, but they're actually obviously the largest, the most dominant creature of the sea. And so that is very, very interesting, connecting this back around to what we've been talking about the water, right? And so the most dominant and, largest entities, that dominate that space of the world, the systems, the financial systems, resources, all those things, they possibly could be a huge piece of the puzzle, as they're going to be used, right, to pour this money into these investments to give us the catalyst to help the kingdom of God that we've been looking for. And so when I thought of that and put that together, I just thought that was so awesome and so cool. So God bless everyone. Just wanted to share this info with you, and I will catch up with you, Lord's willing, next time.